All right, let's return to the Starbucks example, and we're going to do a test for proportion. So recall that we already did the confidence interval for the proportion. Oh, this isn't filled out, but we filled this out and we got a confidence interval. And we did this in the lecture notes as well. But now we're actually going to do the actual hypothesis test. So recall that in our Chapter 4 folder, if we go to the Excel lab, we can get these three files. So we have our templates and the confidence intervals, hypothesis testing for you to fill out through the videos, as well as that file all filled out with the solutions. So anyway, I've got this file open, confidence intervals and hypothesis testing to fill out. If we come over here, we've got the template. So notice I'm on the test for proportion template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, copy, go into this file and paste. Okay, just like the other files, we just need to input the highlighted parts of this file and write our hypotheses. Okay, so we have our Starbucks is overpriced. 730 think that Starbucks is overpriced. Is there evidence to conclude that the proportion of Americans think that Starbucks is the proportion of Americans that think Starbucks is overpriced is greater than 0.7 at the alpha equal 0.05 level of significance. So let's start with the hypotheses. So we think that this might be greater than 0.7, and then the null would be do insert symbol, math, less than or equal to, close that, and then 0.7. Okay, so we've written the hypotheses, the null value. We think the null value is 0.7. Okay, alpha, we are told, is 0.05, 0.05. N is 1,000. Sample count, so the number who think it's overpriced, so we have 730. So we can see our proportion here is in fact 0.73. And you can check these numbers with our lecture notes. You know, the z-stat is a little off, and that's just due to rounding compared to what we did by hand. And then we need to pick the correct p-value. So is this right-tailed, left-tailed, or two-tailed? Well, this definitely isn't two-tailed, and it's right-tailed because we're saying greater than. So right-tailed is greater than, left-tailed is less than. So I'm going to put NAs here because this is a right-tailed p-value. So is p-value less than or equal to alpha? I don't have a formula written here, but we can see that, yes, it is. The right-tailed p-value is 0.019, which is less than 0.05 alpha. And therefore, we will reject the null hypothesis. And so we can say there is enough evidence to conclude that the proportion of Americans that think Starbucks is overpriced is significantly greater than 0.7 at the alpha equal 0.05 level of significance. So I think your homework has you doing one of these, so you'll need both the confidence interval proportion, which we've done in a prior video, and now the test for proportion.